Shout
Good.
out Jimmy. Oh man,
Talk to him.
since
I know
last
you
time
want
we
to
sat
talk your
down,
reckless.
let's just get into it.
Go
Last
ahead.
time we sat in this room,
Mm-hmm.
my Nuggets closed it out. Oh no, they were a game away from closing it out, and I predicted that it was going to be Boston versus Nuggets. That didn't
I
happen.
think we both predicted that actually.
Yeah, shout out to the Miami Heat. They closed it out. Tatum and Brown didn't show up, but the homie Derek White, he played an amazing
Yo,
game.
there's no game 7 without his heroics at the end of game 6.
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
that was crazy. That reminded me of like I don't even know, but that was just one of the best like late game heroics that you've seen. Like everybody was just stunned.
yeah,
Um, yeah, man. I fucking Boston. Just Tatum is saying, I guess his ankle was injured at the beginning of the game, and he just was a shell of himself. But to me, what hurt them was was hurting them all series. Just the ill-advised threes, just the hoisting of the threes, like that, and as opposed to just like downhill in the paint. When they're
yeah,
downhill in the paint, they were getting easy buckets, and it was almost like an easy series for them. But
yeah.
again, it is what it is. Miami's going to face your team. What first game's when? What Thursday night?
Slaughterhouse.
Thursday night.
Yeah. Real quick though, backing up, if you put on your GM hat, Tatum
Mm.
and Brown are due extensions, upwards collectively past 600 million. What do you do?
Sheesh.
You're the GM.
Oh man, but I, here's the one thing: is Brown an unrestricted free agent? I think he's
I
unrestricted.
think he is.
I think his situation, the reason he's getting the bread is because he made All NBA, so that gave him this. He gets this max
Yeah,
extension.
5 year max.
Yeah, I think. I mean, if I was a GM, obviously I would want to sign him, or if he would allow us to sign him and then trade. If he wants to be traded, that would be the only move that you can make, as opposed to letting him go for nothing.
Got
So
it.
I would sign him and do a sign and trade if that's what his request was, because at this point they could just lose him for nothing.
Yeah, yeah. And you gotta give Tatum.
Tatum's gonna stay. He gonna get his money. He's becoming like I mean he's got to get a ring obviously, but he's probably the biggest star that they've had in Boston since
KG,
KG
Ray
and
Allen.
Ray Allen and all that. You know what I'm saying? So he's got to he's gonna stay. But
Yeah,
I would not be surprised to see Jalen Brown shake out, like
yeah,
to leave. I think he probably wants his own team.
yeah.
I think that they both dominate the ball a little too much. You know what I mean? When one's offense is going, the other one is suffering.
Yeah,
So
I
we'll
feel like
see.
both of them need a true point guard also too.
Yeah,
I
and
think
Marcus
that.
Smart knows he's not that. He's a
Yeah,
hustle guy. He does all the intangibles, all the things that don't show up in the box scores. He's becoming a great leader, but yeah, they
yeah,
need a facilitator.
for
They need
sure,
to keep them together. They need a facilitator.
for sure.
So we'll see.
But yeah, back to the predictions. Anyway,
Ah,
and this is no knock to Miami. I just feel like again, and we talked about it. Denver is just a nightmare matchup. It would have been the same thing for Boston.
yeah,
There's zero answers for Jokic, zero
zero.
answers for Murray. When Porter plays like he is a 6'10" dude with a jump shot, Aaron Gordon is a bully. The
Yeah,
bench is nice. I
yeah.
just think it's a nightmare of a matchup for them, and I think they've built the team similar to how San Antonio when they had all their runs to Golden State when they had all their runs they built it through the draft
Hmm.
and getting veterans that weren't past their prime and they didn't have to pay a ton of money for it, but they know their roles and played great team basketball.
Yep.
So I got the Nuggets winning in 5. Being
Yeah.
modest,
Yeah.
I can feel like it could be a sweep.
The only reason I don't think that it'll be a sweep is because Jimmy Butler is probably good for one. That good for one if everybody else shoots around him and
I
plays
can
well.
see
But
it.
if not that, yeah, this is gonna be over rather quickly because Bam ain't got nothing for Djokovic. Like you said, who's gonna stick Porter Jr.? Who's gonna keep Aaron Gordon off the boards for all the loose balls? You know what I
Max
mean? Like,
Strus.
yeah, like they're strictly like they're a shooting team. Like they're a
Yeah.
jump shoot catch shoot team. Like, I just I don't think they don't have enough athleticism. And again, they got no answer for Murray. You know what I mean? Kyle Lowry,
Yeah.
yeah, you know what I mean? He's a stop at Krispy Kremes from being out the league probably.
Man.
You know what I mean? So like
Ice cold.
I'm just saying, like, dude,
Yeah. I
his
feel it.
weight be tripping, like, but yeah,
Feel it.
we'll see. We'll see. I think y'all gonna have a parade for sure.
I'm
And
excited
not a
about that.
Bronco parade, a Nuggets
Or
parade.
Avalanche. Avalanche won last year.
Okay.
Um,
Have the Rockies ever won?
no. No, no,
Okay.
no, 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 no.
Okay, okay.
No. But yeah, no, I'm excited for it, man. Um, huge fight got announced. July 29th, I believe. Las Vegas. Errol Spence and
Yeesh.
our boy Bud Crawford.
Nebraska. I ain't even from there. I'm going Nebraska all out. I might give me a Cornhuskers jersey,
Yo,
everything.
who was the famous Cornhusker? Um, went to the NFL.
Lawrence
Lawrence
Phillips
Phillip.
and got in all kinds.
Yeah, passed
Yeah,
away, right? But
yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
sorry I digressed on that one. But
I can't get a Lawrence Phillips jersey.
no, you can't. But that's gonna be a fight, man. I'm excited.
It's gonna
I'm
be a
excited for it.
real. It's gonna be a real. I'm hoping that it lives up to all the hype. Like it's everything that we've anticipated. That it's all of that. Like I want to see a classic. Hopefully somebody gets dropped. I don't want to. I don't need a trilogy or a second fight. I just want war. I want, I see all those old Hagler Hearns clips. I want that. I want 5, 6 rounds of just complete terrorism. You
So
know what I'm saying?
complete and utter terrorism.
Yeah, like for real. But
We got to be up in there for that.
yeah, for sure. We gotta go and get a couple, we should call up Caleb and we should call a couple of other people and sit down and talk boxing. You know what I mean? Like that would be great. Steven Victor, if you out there, you should come on. Steven Victor, who's a big record executive,
Yeah,
music manager,
Victor.
yeah, loves
Huge
boxing.
boxer.
Mark Byers loves
I mean,
boxing.
Philly for
Yeah,
sure.
he's from a fight town. He also,
Yeah,
I think he's involved with a couple of young fighters. So I would love to have those guys on and we all pull up and talk boxing prior to the fight and talk post fight.
yeah,
You know what I mean? So we'll see. We definitely got to run that.
yeah.
We definitely got to run that. We running that.
We running
We
that for
running
sure.
that one.
It's
Yeah.
crazy. Vegas is like, man,
It's a town.
it's becoming a sports. It's slowly becoming a sports mecca. Now they're announcing the A's just signed their lease. They're talking about like 2026 or seven they should be playing there. And then I know Braun talked about
He wants to
he
own the
wants an
team
NBA team in there. Golden Knights are going to the Stanley Cup Finals.
again.
Yeah, again.
And
The
they only been around what,
Aces.
like 4 or 5 years?
Yeah, the Aces won the title. Just a lot going on, man. It's a flourishing city, but I've never actually been to a boxing like a main event like that. I've been to
Okay.
UFC, but I've never been to one like that. So we definitely got to go.
Yeah, last fight I went to was Sean Porter and Bud.
Damn.
And that was great. That was at Mandalay. Bud stopped him. But yeah, I'm looking forward to it, man. I shit like you said, Vegas also is just it's becoming. It was already a destination, but it's at another level, right? Formula One, boxing, NASCAR, the teams. Now they just need like UNLV to
Be good
be
again.
good again.
Running
Can you
Rebels,
could
like
you imagine like if UNLV the running Rebs was like relevant a relevant basketball program?
yeah.
You know what I mean?
I think the thing where Vegas can definitely grow. I mean, they're doing everything sports entertainment wise, but there's still a lack of culture there when it comes to like
For
museums and like black and brown and
I
just
think they got
a
to get their
sense of community. You know what I
yeah
mean?
yeah.
Like they're building and building nonstop, but the strip is way different from the outside and the actual living there, which I actually love, man. Like gated suburban, like it reminds me of like growing up. Except
Okay.
even in our neighborhood, like kids are actually playing outside. They're
Really?
riding their bikes and like
That's
people are
dope.
walking their dogs and the neighbors look out for each other. And I haven't had that in
You
so
borrowed some
long.
sugar from anybody
You
yet?
got any brown sugar? Now neighbors will text me like, "Yeah, you got a package on the front. You want me to grab it?" And I'm like, "Damn."
That's
You know what I mean?
cool.
Yeah, because in LA, unless you own a crib, everybody's apartment living, and you just have to watch out because people be like, "Yo, what you got in there?" You
Let
know
me
what I
go ahead and
mean?
get that package. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? And then
yeah.
resell it.
So it's cool, man. And I think we've all discussed it, like just the cost of living, in these metropolitan cities, whether New York or San Francisco, San Jose, Las Vegas, is just so astronomical to where as adults you're having to make tough decisions, you know what I mean? Especially if you're a parent, a
And you got
hundred
a real plate,
yeah,
meaning you got the kids,
yeah,
the dog, the wife, the house, the whatever. Like it's real right now. So yeah, it's
yeah,
definitely I think it's definitely economically making people it was a place where at one time people were like, maybe when I retire. Now it's like, nah, maybe tomorrow, maybe
yeah,
next week. So
yeah, places like that, you know, Dallas, Arizona, people are looking, at these cities that were like, at least I can have me a little slice of peace.
or at least I'm avoiding paying crazy taxes, right?
Yeah.
Florida, Texas, and Vegas, you
Yeah.
know.
Well, I think Marky Mark just moved out there, and
You did not just call him Marky Mark.
and the Funky Bunch. That's the kids.
Hit him with the good, not
No,
good vibration.
but
Marky.
he wants to build like Hollywood 2.0, and he's trying to gather all these people to build Vegas into exactly what it is, like a hub for studios and places,
Okay.
because again, economically
He said he
it
moved
makes
there because
sense.
even with the money he said, I also quality of living. I needed to move my family there.
Yeah, and your operations, whether you're in fashion or whatever, you could just still, your money goes a lot longer.
Dang, we're gonna
And
end up living in Vegas. I
um,
was
so I thought that was interesting. I think it's cool too to start a wave like that, and obviously to drive prices up, but it's also too, it just makes sense, man. It's like you have to go where the resources are, and you have to also go where you can have a quality of life
a
without like,
decent life without having an aneurysm
yeah,
in between. Like for real, the pressure is so real. Like
yeah,
yeah, and I think that what we're talking about is you come to this space with maturity, right, and just more clarity on things. And again, for me, it's so funny. I would have never thought of potentially like leaving, Long Beach, LA, whatever, California. I was always like, yeah, this is home, somewhere else to visit, have a little. But I'm actually at a place where I'm like, hey, a couple little tweaks here and there. You know what I mean? Vegas is, especially also, it's like on a plane, it's 45 minutes away, right? And then if you don't mind the drive, it's 3.5, 4 hours. You can see your family. You know what I mean? So
It's a real
yeah,
hop, skip, and a jump.
yeah, yeah.
And then
It's
by 2026, I think they said that bullet train from LA to Vegas should be up and running. You get to Vegas in 2 hours. But again, I think ushering in new opportunities and new ways just for people to thrive, man, because, a lot of people are out here. There's been so many layoffs of jobs and, um,
taking your specific skill set and going to an area that needs it because they don't have, you know what
yeah,
I'm saying? Like here it's so oversaturated.
yeah,
So you need to take that special, unique skill set to somewhere that actually will be like, wow, we need this. We embrace this. This is of real value to us. Whereas LA, everybody, there's a bunch of, executives, A&R, creatives, whatever. There's a ton. Everybody's got a restaurant, everybody's got a clothing line, everybody's
yeah,
whatever. Whereas in Vegas or some of these other new places, it's open. You
yeah,
know what I mean? You just got to go out there and take a leap of faith.
yeah. They got the space and the means for it. It's just, again, it takes, some trailblazers to be like,
So I assume you love it out there.
I love it, man. I think it's the perfect blend of like the quietness of the suburbs and not there's times we don't even go to the strip. We could be there a whole month and
Mm,
we may go to the strip to, catch a show or something like that.
yeah.
And then you have that if you want to go do that. But I feel like when I'm there, I'm not chasing the day
Mm,
because I feel like in LA you might do two or three things and then you're like, oh, I'm about to be sitting in traffic for 2 hours. There, it's like I'm still doing all the things that I need to do work wise, but I might get done at 7, and we may be like, yo, let's go to, eat on the strip, or let's go catch a show, or there's just always so much to do in it, and I feel like to me it just adds to life, man. I feel like life slows down a little bit, almost
yeah.
like how I feel when I go to Hawaii, right? Like the 1 hour is 2 hours. You feel like you're getting an extension of the day because it's moving at a slower pace.
Yeah.
You know?
I think again, I think we're at the part of life, being fathers and everything. Like you're just like and people that are actually doing the work to take care of their families. You're just like, yo, I also want to enjoy it. I want to enjoy this. I don't want to feel on Sunday like, oh shit, here we go again. You know what I mean? Like I want it
Mhm.
to be a place where what Jay say on the one song, life is a beach chair. I'm ready for the beach chair shit. You know what I
Facts.
mean? Like I'm ready to do all the necessary work or continue the necessary work to bring that about. And yeah, because it's important, man. Like we were talking about, like the time management with the kids and their sports and all kinds of different things. Like you know what I'm saying, working on relationships, like the stuff that you have to pour into it. Like we're here. We're so like our just inundated with just so much
Mhm.
that you by the end of the day you're like, yo, I didn't even really invest in anything, like invest in something for the day. It was just
Just
so
go go.
nah. I just yeah, I think looking for a different pace should probably will happen sooner than later.
Yeah, just got to be open to things.
Yep, yep,
But
yep.
been a great past few weeks. Of guests,
Yeah,
Naisha, Clinton Sparks. Who else? Joey Fats.
yeah.
Just
Now,
all amazing, man. And then got who we got coming up too.
yo, Ray Romulus from the Stereotypes. You know what I mean? For those who don't know, multi-platinum producer and Grammy winner, and obviously the great David Gross.
Man,
I can't wait for people to tap in on that conversation. Both of
yeah,
the conversations were super empowering.
yeah. And I think again, like hearing people, I haven't talked to David much in the over the past like year and a half. But for him to tap in and hit me and being like, I love what you guys are doing,
Means a lot,
and it
right?
means a lot. And then I was just like, you got to come sit with us. And he's like, absolutely, just let me know when. And your conversation with Ray, who doesn't do interviews and those kind of things, and he's like, same thing. So, and again, just a testament of these conversations, and
They mean things to people.
yeah,
As much as they mean to us, they mean a lot to others. And so we on the right path, man. Some
yeah,
days it'd be like, fuck. But we on the right path, man. We blessed. We blessed. We blessed.
for sure.
Yo, we gonna get at y'all. Malik Rasheed. You gonna say your name, bro?
Chief Johnson.
This is a sweet life.